آموزش رو داشته باشین لطفاً به اون صفحه نگاه کنید. اگه نه که یادداشت کنید نکات قشنگی، چون ایشون کلی بخواد صحبت کنه که بتونید منتقل کنید اطلاعات رو به چیزهای دیگه، باهای دیگه یا پارسیتوهای دیگه یا حتی موتیف‌هایی که شبیه اندر دوست دارید که داشت. Sorry, thank you so much.
Very much.
If you don't mind, I'll sit there so I can easily do this. I need a timekeeper. So بذار من یه خورده application کنم.
Let's take an example here. So he would say you always want to always find the fundamental. The low notes in the chord tend to suffer because you go into the E string rather quickly. Now let's look a little bit closer at notation. It's very important to keep the fundamental image of the theme the same throughout the piece. And he might have written under one stick. By writing the second bar, I don't know if you have the text here, but he writes the second bar 4 notes together under one stick. And if he would have written 2 and 2, I would have fully agreed with the way you play it. But we must combine the idea that there is a natural difference between down and up bow with this line of 4. So now if you look at units, you know, thank you so much. If you look at units, then you have 1 unit of 1/8 note, 1 unit of 2, 1 unit of 4. And Bach always, like many great classical composers also after him, varies these units. But many people play this so very much so everything becomes quarter orientated. But the great thing is this is a nice text I always quote, and I mentioned I think last night. Arnold Bohr, he says there is a quasi-word-toonverhältnis in their baroque music. So there is kind of a word connected to the text. If you connect the word, there would be one short word here, a little bit longer here, and then much longer here. And somehow we must get this across. Can you try to make that image of the fugue theme? In order to get there, it's very good to exaggerate the right ears. So connect for me really through and through the 4 notes in bar 2. But you keep doing this. It's like a mannerism. It's like a baroque mannerism. There are many baroque mannerisms. Don't use mannerisms. See what the music needs. So you are right in the sense that the down bow is something else than the up bow. It's not the neutral playing, which was invented after 1800. So we combine 1 word, 4 syllables, not 2 words too. Almost. No, but you are very attached to you. Yes. Yes. Now we're getting there. And this is combined, you know, this, I always like to say this, Baroque architecture. Baroque architecture, we have a lot of Baroque churches in Europe. And to look at this architecture sometimes helps understand both the rich, grand gesture that this music always makes, which is almost exaggerated. It's kind of over the top, this architecture. And then they make, for example, like there is a door to a church here, and they make a portico, they make a beautiful ornamentation of the door, and you have both the larger structure and the details. The details, for example, being wings of an angel being cut out of the stone. But you also have the larger structure. So the details here are your beautiful way of playing, but you're forgetting the larger structure, which is holding it together. Also, you're playing this. You're playing this. So now we are speaking a language, and you can get lost in it by only translating everything to, oh my God, there's a comma here, oh there's a... Don't get lost in it, but just listen. What works? What I like about this is the unit and the different units and the different units, and the variety of that is what helps the music. If you think of the other theme where you hear so often, you hear. So we have you see, so you're shaping the theme and keeping the shape throughout the piece. This needs a lot of brain work, but without the heart, it's stuff. Okay, good. I will not interrupt you again. This is about, not for this reason, because this takes you time to digest. We'll look at other aspects now. There is a technical aspect that we all struggle with in this first section. Once you have worked out that in bar 2, it's not 2 and 2, but 4, you know that in bar 4, we are helped by this idea, because it would not be appropriate to play. So that's 4. And this for you is not your ideal activity. Can you show me? You have good hands, yes. But what are your first and second finger doing? They're playing antenna function. Can they be a little bit more on the string? Okay, and what if it's out of tune? What will be the status of the out of tuneness here?